Hello everyone, good morning to all. After a square nut, today we are going to start construction of hexagonal nuts. In hexagonal nuts, we have two methods for construction. First using approximate standard dimensions, second using rough rule dimensions. And in both the cases, we have two alternative methods. So total we have four methods, four ways for construction of hexagonal nut. Now let's begin with the problem. This problem was asked in CBSE 2017 for 8 marks. Draw to scale 1:1 the front view and top view of a hexagonal nut of diameter 25 mm, keeping the axis perpendicular to HP. Give standard dimensions. First of all, we have to calculate all standard dimensions for 25 mm. First is diameter, dia is 25 mm. Second, diameter of inner thread, 0.8 of D, 0.8 of D is 20 mm. Third, nut thickness. So nut thickness, capital D, T. Capital T is equals to D, small d equals to 25 mm. 25 mm. Then next is diameter of chamfering circle. Diameter of chamfering circle. And the diameter is 1.5D plus 3. 1.5D plus 3. So 1.5 of 25, 1.5D plus 3. 1.5D of 25 plus 3 is 40.5 mm. And for construction, we will go for 40 mm. This is for construction only. But exact value after calculation is 40.5. Last is radius of chamfering. Radius of chamfering, R is 1.4D approx. 1.2D, 1.4D and 1.5D, all three values are acceptable values, but here 1.4 of D. 1.4 of D is 35 mm, right. Now for construction work, please draw XY line, reference line parallel to bottom base edge or base reference of your sheet. Then you know that axis is perpendicular to HP, so draw a vertical line or line perpendicular to XY or its axis, right. Then draw another line parallel to XY, locating center of its top view, right. First line, reference line parallel to your bottom base edge of the sheet. Second line, vertical line for its axis. And third line, it's a central line for its top view. The next step, draw three concentric circles of diameter 0.8D, D and 1.5D from that center. So first circle with diameter 20 mm. So for first circle, diameter is 20, it means radius is 10 mm. So draw first circle with radius of 10 mm. It's a dark and complete circle of diameter 20 or radius 10 mm. Then second circle with diameter 25 mm, incomplete and medium dark. So please use H pencil, and it's a medium dark circle. Also, the discontinuity will be on the first quadrant because we are using first angle projection method. Then last circle with diameter 1.5d plus 3, chamfering circle, diameter is 40.5, for construction 40 mm. So these are limits of third circle, chamfering circle. From this center, draw chamfering circle with diameter 40 mm. Right. After all three circles, we have two ways or two options for construction of hexagonal nut. As you can see, it's a hexagonal nut. If you assume that these two faces, these two opposite parallel faces are parallel to VP like this, then top view of the nut, in that case, top view will be of two sides parallel to XY. So in this case, these two sides are parallel to XY. And if you assume something like this, it means these two faces are equally inclined to VP, or these two faces are perpendicular to VP. Then top view will be something like this. So both are correct. It's up to you. So for construction, we are assuming something like this. Now in this case, these two sides are parallel to XY or parallel to VP, and from the front you will be able to see these three faces: first face, second face, and third face. And for construction, please draw two lines at an angle of 30. So from this axis, angle of 30 at an angle of 30, and angle is 30. Right. So this angle, measure of this angle is 30, 30, 30 and 30. Okay. It's not 30, so I'll modify it, because after construction we are going to face a lot of problems because of this error. Right. Now these two angles are 30 and 30. Next step, from this point, from the topmost point, draw a line parallel to XY. So from this point, draw a line parallel to XY to intersect these two lines. And this will be your first side. Line parallel to XY from this point, from extreme or top point of the chamfering circle, to intersect these two lines like this. Again, line parallel to XY to intersect these two lines parallel to XY. Now these two lines are sides of hexagon. Next, from this point, draw second side of hexagon like this, touching chamfering circle tangentially. Again, from this point, draw a line touching chamfering circle tangentially. Repeat this process. Again, from this point, draw a line touching chamfering circle tangentially. Right. So from this point, touching chamfering circle tangentially. So these are 6 sides of the hexagonal nut. Next step, project these ends for front view using light pencil. So from first corner, project this end, and after XY, the height is equals to D, or nut thickness is equals to T, T is equals to D equals to 25 in this case. So from this point, height is 25. Again, from second corner, project this point, and the height is 25. From third corner, project it, height is 25, and from the last corner, this is the corner, height is 25. T is equals to D equals to 25. Now these are upper ends of the nut, so a line passing through them. So this is the front view of hexagonal nut. First face, this is the face. Second central face, this is the face, and third face, this is the third face. Now, next step, again, mark limits of points of intersection of chamfering circle and horizontal axis. So from this point, again, mark limits like this. So project these points up to the top face of the hexagonal nut. These are corresponding points. Now from these points, the lines at an angle of 30 from top edge. So from this point at an angle of 30, this angle is 30 from top edge. Angle is 30 from the top edge. Again from the top edge, angle is 30. This angle is 30. After doing this, you'll get these 2 points. Next, draw a line passing through these 2 points. And all these lines are construction lines. So please use light pencil, 2H pencil. Right. So what to do? Project this point up to the top edge, top face of hexagonal nut. Project this point up to the top edge, top face of the hexagonal nut. Then from this point, draw another line at an angle of 30. Angle of 30. This angle is 30. Here also. An angle of 30. Right. Get these 2 points of intersection on vertical edge, on vertical extreme sides of hexagonal nut. Now first try to draw central arc. These are 3 limits. First limit, this point is the first limit, third limit, and second limit. So what to do? Draw a smooth arc passing through these 3 points like this by any appropriate method. Any appropriate method means this is your central axis. So for this arc, the radius, approximate radius is 1.40, 35 mm. So from this point, mark center of this arc at a distance of 35 mm from this end. So from this point, mark center at a distance of 35 mm, and from that point, this much as arc, 35 as arc, draw this arc. So 35 is the radius of this arc. Draw this arc, or simply by random method or approximate method, Just check for which center and which radius these 3 points are in smooth arc. So assuming suitable radius like this and suitable center along central vertical line, just mark center and draw this arc. Now for left and right face, what to do? This is your first point, midpoint or central point is your second point, this will be your approximate third point. Now the method is very difficult. What to do? From this point to this point, point of intersection to the midpoint. This is side. This is side. Draw a line like this. Draw perpendicular bisector of this line. Perpendicular bisector of this line from middle top to point of intersection. Like this. And from this point, draw a line perpendicular to top face or a vertical line. Again listen, first line is axis or central line parallel to solid axis or parallel to this edge or perpendicular to xy. This line is a line parallel to this edge or perpendicular to this line. What about this line? From top middle end to point of intersection, draw perpendicular bisector of this side. Common intersection point will be the center. Now this point is center, and from this point to this point, this much is radius. Draw upper arc like this. Again repeat this process for extreme right face, but it's my request, please go for approximate method. What is approximate method? Just find the midpoint of this side, draw a vertical line like this, and try to find suitable radius and center for which these 3 points will be on the arc. So from this point, you have to start from this point to this point up to this point like this. Mark suitable center, take suitable radius and draw this arc. So this is your final front view of hexagonal nut, upper part of front view. These are remaining edges. Please use dark pencil for all visible outlines. These are your visible outlines. And from this point, from the point starting point of chamfering to the corresponding point of chamfering. Yes, this you have to show. Next, please sketch limits of point 8D and dia D. So these are two limits from this point. Catch this limit and draw hidden line throughout its height. Left side and on the right side. Okay, so this is complete projection, front view and top view of hexagonal nut. Next is dimensioning. For dimensioning, please write angle of chamfering 30 degrees, then diameter 0.8D, this diameter is D, and this one is dia 0.8 of D, dia D. For third circle, diameter is, for chamfering circle, the diameter is from where to start is We can show this diameter like this also. Either show length or diameter. So dia 1.5 d plus 3, or simply write length is 1.5 d, both are correct. Then next, center and radius. So for these two arcs, don't show center and radius, and for central arc, from the center, this is radius. R equals to 1.4 of d, or just write R. Right. Next, please draw dimensioning table just below its top view. So draw dimensioning table and write heading of your drawing, hexagonal nut. Heading is hexagonal nut. And if you wish to add R, and values are 25, 0.8 d is 20, d equals to d, again 25, 1.5 d plus 3, 40.5, and R is 35. Also we have to show capital T, nut thickness, capital T equals to D, right? So this is your final answer. Please draw this problem on your sheet. Start from its top view. Draw 3 circles. Dia 0.8 d, dia d, and dia 1.5 d. Then complete construction of this hexagon from the suggested method. Then draw its front view. Mark these points and draw angle of chamfer 30. Then draw this line and try to draw these top arcs of hexagonal nut. Show all dark visible edges in front view and top view. Do proper dimensioning, draw dimensioning table and heading of the drawing. And if you have any problem, any doubt in hexagonal nut or in any of the problem, any of the question in engineering graphics, please write your comments in the comment box. Thank you.